Hello everyone. Today we're gonna play Sonic the Hedgehog 2 again. And the thing that doesn't have my buttons mapped, so hold on. Alright. Before we nope. Nope. I don't want to play with normal settings. I want to play Sonic only. Now, this is the game that introduces Sonic's best buddy, Tails. I remember when I played this as a child on the original hardware. Sad part is, after that, I don't remember anything else. And as I stated before, the first time I ever played the first game was actually, that I can remember, was actually the Mega Collection on the GameCube back in the early to mid 2000s. So this is probably the first Sonic game I ever played. So with that being said, let me 100% this game. All I need to do is gather 7 Chaos Emeralds. In the first game, there's only 6. In this game, this game, and going forward, every Sonic game has at least 7. Alright, now we're trying to look for a checkpoint, because that's the only way you can get the Chaos Emeralds now. They changed how you do it because of the fact that, I guess, because you had less chances to get all the emeralds in when you play the first game, so they decided to just link them towards the checkpoints, because there's a lot more checkpoints than there are levels. You only had 10 chances to get 6 emeralds in the first game, whereas this, I don't know if there's a cutting point, there's a point where you can't get any more emeralds, because by the time you get to the later part of the game, you should already have them all if you know what you're doing with these special stages. What I want to figure out is, do they give you less rings you have to get whenever you are playing by one character? I've been curious about that. Now, if I was playing with Tails' controls are like yours. They are delayed though. So whenever you move, he's gonna move like a second later. So everything you do, he'll do like a minute or so, not a minute, like a second or so later. So when you have Tails with you, make sure that you don't lose too many rings with him if he collects over 10. Because every time you get hit in a special stage, they take 10 of your rings away. Now let's try to collect 50 more rings again. And also, as you can hear, the invincibility sound is a lot different than the first game. Even though a lot of people think it's the same, but it's slightly different. There's more Genesis twang, if you will, in this. I don't know if the speed cap is still a thing in this game. If it is, then it doesn't feel like it when you get to certain stages. I rarely ever take this route, so I'm trying to find another checkpoint. I think there's one below us. Oh, there's one up there. I know for a fact there's one up there. The other day I played some Sonic 2, so I know where some of them are early on. If I can get there, that'd be nice. And now we wait, because there's an enemy that spawns up here. Yup, there's the enemy. I thought it was above us, but no, they're below us. And that's the second checkpoint. Now the key to these special stages is a lot of memorization. If you memorize where the rings are, you should have little to no issues, even though you will still have issues despite that. most of the time they spawn in on the left side. I noticed that whenever I started getting used to these levels. Alright, we need to get 100 rings, so let's not mess up. $88. $125. How much do we need? Only 15. Okay. Well, I can take a hit if I need to, but I'll be fine. Alright. That's the second emerald. We still have 5 left to get. Good thing about starting this is you already get enough rings halfway to be halfway there, and we just lost all of them. Love that. That's the reason why I hate dealing with coconuts, because they sure love to hit you with their. And that's another thing that happens too. I think that's the last checkpoint we can touch, so we have to just finish the stage now. I think I know of 3 checkpoints in the next stage, so let's just go ahead and finish this now. Now, if you don't want to walk off the stage, just jump at the end of this screen right here. You'll stay on the screen. Because usually if you are on the left side of the screen, you don't jump, you'll just walk off the screen automatically. Which you don't have to worry about in the next game, because in the next game they just make it so you just do a pose and stage clear. No, not stage clear, zone. They're not in stages yet. They're not stages yet. I don't want to go too fast, because if I go too fast, I'll take a hit that I don't need to take. I think there's one right past here. Yep. Didn't mean to touch it. Well, I gotta go to a different one. I think there's one right here. Yep. Then there's one more at the end, so 50 rings. Just like the last level. I'm down 1 ring, that's fun. Get used to this little ring formation right here, because a lot of levels later on will use that. There's no more rings in this. Got all that we can get. Still 110, we're 32 short. This one. Stay in the middle path and jump when you need to. Alright, now we just wait. I missed all of those rings. At least that makes up for it. 160, we need 39. Could walk in between them, but I wouldn't risk that. One thing I hate is in the next stage, they lack checkpoints, so not stage area. Yeah. That's something I hate about Coconuts. He likes to throw those things as soon as you jump towards him. That's the closest place to getting rings, and almost every time he hits you, you have to already know he's there. Also, this game introduces the spin dash, which is not used at all nowadays. The first game sure would have needed a spin dash because of how slow he moves in the first game. The fastest way to get speed in the first game is roll into a ball off a steep incline. Did this just stop you on a dime? It is what it is. We're about to go to the end of the stage anyway, so it's gotta slow you down sometime. Alright, next emerald. 40. It seems like 40 and 50 are their best friends until you get to the late part of during these stages. Two rings. 6 rings. Yeah, I ain't winning this one. So that would have been emerald number 4, okay? When I start getting to the 4th stage, that's when I might start doing bad again. Anyway, let's finish this area. Because at the end of this game, you're going to end with Sonic by himself anyway, because Tails don't come with you at the later part of the game. I don't even know. Now it's time for pretty much one of the best theme songs in this game. So this is my jam right here. The only thing about it is all the sound effects be ruining it. Chemical Plant Zone. A level featured in a game that was showing a lot of levels from this character's past. This was a representation of this game, obviously, because this was the most memorable level out of all of them. You couldn't put 2 of the same looking levels. You had to make at least one different. The game I'm referring to is Sonic Generations. It's hard to believe that game came out almost 14 years ago. I remember when it came out. It was like November 11th, no, November 1st or something back in 2011. I think that this character went through a lot of hardships. This level don't really have that many checkpoints, so just go ahead and end it. At the end of the level, if you get at least 10,000 points, I think that's a continue. Now this level does have checkpoints. Way more than its predecessor. It's more fun to just run down. Now the furthest I can remember getting when I was a child was Mystic Cave Zone. I didn't get any further than that until when I became a preteen / adult, not adult, teenager, and then I've actually beaten the game. We just saw a glimpse of a checkpoint, but we don't know where it's at. I do. Stop right here. It's down here. Yeah, I know where this one is. It takes you to the 4th one, right? Yeah, they don't let you get further. It ain't like the first game where if you miss one emerald, you got to get the next emerald. This one, you got to get everyone in order. I love how I dodged that. If I didn't, I would have lost. I jumped at the perfect time. We need to get 62 ring. 62 don't sound right. It is 62, wow. Alright. Get used to switching paths. Because later on there'll be a level where you're gonna be doing this a lot. Ain't it funny how this one gives you so many rings and the first one barely gives you any? Now we need 150 and only need 8. Only need 8. I only need the first set of rings. I'm good. Just don't mess up. Like I said, it's funny how the first part is literally the hardest part and everything else is easy. That's the 4th number. 3 more left. I love how the trilogy does the special stages all differently. One thing I don't like about this game is how long it takes for you to look down. When you go from Sonic 1 to Sonic 2, when it comes to that, it's like night and day. At least they did that one right. That thing right in the first game. But there are some glitches because of the fact that and how slow he looks down. I don't know how to do them, but there are. Unless I got the game wrong, it's either in this game or the next one. And by the next one, I mean Sonic 3 and Knuckles. What was that? He was moving so fast, he clipped into the back. Wow. He was moving so fast, he clipped into the mountain. Okay. This is the 5th one. We have to get 50 rings. Let's go. Most of the time they spawn in the middle anyway. One area here spawns on way up there. I remember that. Hate trying to get those rings. Obviously you're not going to get all the ones that is in the arrow shape. Try your best, but you're not. Okay, as long as we don't get hit, we're good. Alright, 55. Halfway there. We need 35. Alright, this is where, yep, this is where you start having to learn how to do this. I messed that up. Like I said, for some reason, they love to put the rings on the left. We need 64 rings. I love how the outlaw that I only got 1 ring. I don't think any of those mines spawn in this one. I find it funny that the thirst area of this 5th emerald doesn't have one single one of those mines spawn, but the previous ones do. So it has the easiest 3rd part of it. Now if you ever get stuck with those enemies there, you have to move your D-pad back and forth. If you do not, you'll just have them explode on you. There's an extra life in that water, unless I'm not in the right spot. Am I in the right spot? Oh, I am. Now here's the most infamous area of this game. Especially this level, where since it's so early in the game, you getting stuck in there and having a hard time jumping up just to be able to get out of that water. I used to struggle a lot with that when I was a child. But thankfully, with time, you get more experience with the game. Anyway, we're nearing the end of this level. And we're dead. I was thinking that thing was gonna slow us down, but it didn't, clearly. I love how I was trying to jump there, but I missed the jump. Alright, this is an instant win boss if you time it right. See if I can time it right. I timed it perfectly. Better than telling your childhood self that you can just hit them perfectly at the perfect time. As soon as you start, as soon as you see them. Aquatic Ruins on another level that has water, but at least it's more forgiving. Chemical plant, there's no way to get an air bubble because obviously it wouldn't make sense to give you an air bubble in a chemical based area. That's the first checkpoint. The only thing that sucks is I don't think you can get 50 rings up to this point unless you go under. And just like that. I don't think I can get an emerald from here. Maybe the second act, but not this one. I like how he jumped straight up. We're at 25, so we're halfway there, but it doesn't matter. We need to get an air bubble right now. Now, here's the sound. Okay, it didn't make it. I grabbed it at the same time it was gonna make the drowning sound. I think they give him 20 seconds before he drowns. So that means you got a 20-second leeway. Also, it's gonna take this. When the music kicks in, it takes over any music that was taking place. So invincibility sound effects is not here. Can I put perfect. I love how slow the game is moving right now. You know, usually I would be already I would be actually done with this level, but I need to find a checkpoint, so that's why I am not done. And sometimes those pillars that fall down can knock you into the ground, and you end up losing a life because of the fact that it makes you clip under the ground and lose a life. No. I'm gonna hate these enemies in the next level. Alright. Like, at least let me have the extra life. I know there's a checkpoint right here. The sixth one. I think this one starts with you at 80 or 90. I remember that. Oh, not that way. Okay, now it's this. Now one of these things are gonna trick you into thinking it's on the same side. I think I missed one. Alright, next. 140. Dang it. Alright. I think it's 210 next. And I missed that. Great. Hope it doesn't come back to bite me. 210, we need 58. Okay, where is the next one? Yep, I ordered that. Yay. I think it's gonna come back to bite me. I missed 2 bets of them. Or not. Alright, we're good. Just can't take a hit. So we're at 219 and not 220. We played that sloppily, but at least we got the next emerald. Okay, the last special stage. The last special stage, you need to get 100 to start. Isn't that platform supposed to respawn? It's so hard to come to a complete stop in the water. Alright, let's finish the stage. What I think they did whenever they did the Sonic sprite, he looks taller than he does in his first iteration. They say that they zoomed his sprite in or something. That's why he looks taller. Be wary of this enemy, because if you get hit by this enemy, well, you're going to be in the water. The upper path, you avoid the water at all costs. Also, fun fact, if you are behind those leaves, you don't take a hit. You're invincible for some reason if you're behind those leaves. Don't ask me why, but that's how they programmed it. I need to get 30 more rings just to end this. I don't have to worry about checkpoints because there's one at the end of this. As long as I don't take a hit, we'll be fine. This is the middle path. I don't ever get to take the middle path. Alright, gang. Alright, we're at the end of the stage, I think. When I see those things, I'm like, yeah, I'm at the end. Because those things would sometimes hit you at the end and you got enough rings to get to a special stage and it ruins everything. 100. Let's go. Now, you see that Tails, he can fly, but he cannot fly as in you make him fly. No. All they did was basically make another character. They did not give him any special abilities until the next game. That was my timing. This timed it. Did that before recently and I hate it. It won't bite me because they give you just enough. Thankfully. 150. Let's do this. $46. Like I said, they're gonna fool you one time. And after that, just back and forth. Now this is 190? Yeah. The thing is, it's just sporadic patterns. Let's go. I don't know the best way to go about that. I think that's gonna bite me. Now this is the last set of rings, so we're good. There's nothing else after this, so can we get to 200? Yes, perfect. Alright, we got all the emeralds. Now I don't have to look for a checkpoint anymore. Now how you activate supersonic, you have to get 50 rings and then jump. And once you jump, you cannot deactivate them until he runs out of rings. Three, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now, I'm gonna try to do that glitch where if he gets hit on the first frame or whatever, if I can freaking not, if you can stop doing that freaking tiptoe miss. Let's see if I can time it. And he didn't do it. He didn't shoot. I mistimed it. Tried though. Alright, next is Casino Night Zone. Fun fact about this zone, the first act, there's only one checkpoint. You'll never really see it though. If you're asking what was the casino-based zone in Sonic 1 Spring Yard, that was supposed to be casino-based zone. Now, with Supersonic, all it is you're faster and slightly taller. And you're invincible to everything except for getting smushed or fall damage. Not fall damage. Fall into a pit, not fall damage. That was the wrong term. So basically, it's easy mode. All I need is 50 rings and then I'll activate them no matter what I do. It's always fun seeing a sprite where he's not supposed to be in that sprite. We're nearing the end of this level, I can tell you that. And this is the part where you have an invisible path right here, yep. And this extra life, yep. I remember that as a kid. You're going to the left, right, okay. Well, the thing is, since it's a platforming game, 9 times out of 10 you're going to be jumping. Now the thing is, Supersonic can soft lock you. So, yeah. How can it soft lock you? Well, also you jump higher. How can it soft lock you? Well, if you are at the end of the stage and you accidentally activate Supersonic again, well, if you are not too far off the screen or close to this edge of the screen, you can cause yourself to be stuck in the middle, stuck up on the in the air, and you'll be soft locked. You can't do anything about it. Only thing you can do is reset the whole entire game and start from the beginning. And I'm not gonna cause that to happen, because imagine being a kid getting Supersonic for the first time and then that happens and you're like, why can't I finish the game? Why did the game stop? But yeah, that can happen, and it's not pleasant when you got everything you need to get just to finish the game. The only thing I have to do now is just finish everything else. So let's see, I had to restart with the fourth emerald. That's the only time I messed up. Everything else was perfect. That's one of the few checkpoints in this level. There's one at the end of the level, but I won't need it. Next is Hilltop Zone after this, and Hilltop Zone has a soft lock too. Or does the game crash? I think the game crashes. So there's something that happens when you can crash the game. The second I jump, it's the second. Want more sparkles? Yeah. If you ever get supersonic and you have invincibility, he sparkles more. This is funny. Can I defeat him like this? That'd be fun. I don't want to roll into a ball, I just want to stay like this, and nope, can't. He moves fast enough where you can just do that. I didn't mean to run into a ball, roll into a ball. He's invincible, so. As soon as he touches the panels, he rolls into a ball. Now the thing is, the only way you can activate that bug slash glitch or whatever you want to call it, you have to have over 50 rings. So even if I do it now, it won't work. Now Hilltall Zone is the fifth act. Then you got Mystic Cave. So we go from a field to a factory to what's the third stage? Aquatic area with ruins in it to a city full bustling with life and a lot of casinos. Then you go from there to more hills. Safe to say I'm not getting supersonic this time. That's fine. Don't even need them. This level's somewhat short. I like how I could have avoided that last second. I like how I was on the bed of spikes in the perfect spot. And now we wait. This area can smush you if you jump too early. Not even joking, it happened to me before. And that's a checkpoint at the very end of the stage. Because the end of the stage is right here. Hey, isn't this the first level that introduces lava? Yeah, it is. Because Chemical Plant doesn't have none, obviously. Aquatic Ruin doesn't, and Casino Night definitely doesn't. So yeah, this is the first level with lava in it. Whereas this first game, that would be Marble Zone, and that would be the second level of the whole entire game, so. The next time we see lava again is 2 levels from now. 2 stages from now. 2 zones from now. Don't need no checkpoints. Don't just give you an invincibility or something. No, it just gives you another shield. Thing is, you can't see the shield in supersonic form, so. More sparkles. If I can find 3 more rings, and I do. And like I said, I cannot deactivate this unless I get 0 rings, so. But right now, I'm in Act 2, so I don't care. And that's why I don't care. Breeze through these levels. Oh, not 2 levels, but now 3. I forgot about Ocean. So we go through all those places and then we go into a cave. After we leave the cave, we go to another factory-like level. Alright, I hope that infamous animation that if you are a Sonic fan or seen that Sonic animation, you know exactly what I'm talking about when it comes to this level. It involves Super Sonic, and yeah, I think you might know what I'm referring to. All I know is I've seen the Sonic shorts. Every one that they gave up to, the ones that came out way back when. If you know, you know. And it doesn't start until the second act, so there's that. So I don't have to worry about that until the second act. If I miss the second act up, then that's gonna suck. Just keep running, just keep running. We're at the end now. We're at 49, so I can just freely jump right here. I got the 49 at the perfect time. Alright, Act 2. We do not need to miss that jump, because if we miss that jump, I'll be looking like a fool. But as I said, this is the furthest I ever made it as a kid. When I may have made it to Old Ocean Zone, actually. But I know for a fact I remember Mystic Cave Zone as a child. I've never beaten the boss as a child, because I've never been that far. Until I became a teenager. Trying to get these rings and this extra set of invincibility. Alright, gang. Let me guess, I'm gonna get supersonic and mess it up. Because you be breezing past these levels and then you forget about everything. Is this where it's at? I'm gonna be wary of it. It's right here. It's right here. Yeah. Now there's another one that you can fall into and that has extra life, so it's like, why? Why would you want to see an extra life if you don't want to run the risk of being stuck there and waiting? We're at the end of this level. Alright, Old Ocean Zone, where you'll have a hard time getting rings. Oh boy, if you don't have a hard time getting rings from this level, you are better at this level than me. I forgot all about this zone. Oh my lord. It drags to me. That's probably why I forget about it. Oh, I never did that before. I like how I can barely reach the platform. But after this game, the third game, how you activate Supersonic slash, well, Hypersonic was only in Sonic 3 and Knuckles. Anyway, to activate it, you have to double tap the jump button instead of just jump. And you can deactivate it, which is funny, but in this game you can't. Once I jump, it's over. You gotta hear this sound of this music every time. I know. Sad part about this is because of how fast he moves, it somewhat gets hard to navigate because of the fact he moves so fast. I just want to get to the end of the stage. I'm nearing it, but I ain't close as I wish I could be. I love how I can just jump into one and it doesn't matter. This is why it drags, because of these things you have to wait for. If you don't use them, then you can't get further into the stage. We're literally close to the end. I love how you can't outspeed a fan. Love that. And we're done. Alright, all ocean zone 2. No, now go backwards. Continue. I'm surprised that didn't count as me getting hit. I love how there's a lot of things trying to make me go backwards when I'm trying to go forwards. Isn't there a... Yep, there's a bed of spikes there, so that's what I remember. I swear there was one that gave you a ring box out. Trying my best to not take a hit right now. I'm trying to make this boss just go by fast. Because this boss is just like Hilltop Zone's boss. Where he hides after a while and... Come on. Just let me get those rings. Come on. Thank you. Where the boss likes to hide into a certain area. I like how you're barely holding on to not fall off. And because of that, you have to make sure you attack him quick enough. I'm not near the end yet. I'm close. I don't wish to take a hit, considering I'm literally 3 rings away from getting it, and I have no choice but to jump now. That'll help. I think there's an extra... Nope, not an extra life, but some more sparkles if I had some. But the best time to have suit for Sonic in this game is literally when you have the sparkles. You have the invincibility sparkles. It makes them more sparkly and shiny. It's perfect. Let me guess, I'm backtracking. Only one way to find out. That will only matter if I run out. I'm trying to hurry to the boss because I'm running low. And we're at the boss. 4, 5, 6, 7. Well, just stand right here. Make sure you get out of that freaking oil. Alright. Now we're in Metropolis Zone. The only zone in this game that has 3 acts. And because of that, a lot of people don't like it, other than the fact that there's an enemy in here that is just one of the worst enemies to try to dodge. Matter of fact, most of these enemies in this stage are horrible to dodge, and that's not a good start. And the enemy I'm talking about is going to be a green enemy. And 9 times out of 10, most of the time you see it, it's going to hit you. Now, whenever you encounter those are called claw glyphs, I think. Or something of that nature. Most of the time you see them, there's a small little ceiling. And also, the fact that I didn't get hit by that green enemy shocks me. The enemy's called a slicer. They shoot their mantis claws at you, and they like to home in on you. And 9 times out of 10 they hit you. So whenever you actually dodge it, it feels great. It actually feels great. I'm slowing down just so I can see what I have to do next. Sometimes they activate, sometimes they don't. Good thing they are not activating. Slow down. He tried. He's like, no. Now he's basically gonna beat the stage. Sad part is, since this is a more indoorsy like area, and you can actually smoosh yourself to death from that. Since this is more like an indoorsy area, well, more indoorsy levels will actually make it so you take more time doing the level. Ain't that fun? We're at the end though. The thing is, most of these hallways, they actually loop. If I would have jumped there, I might have soft locked myself. That's why I like, nope, don't jump. But the thing is, Act 3 is the last time you can actually get a stage clear, I think. And as I said, Metropolis Zone is the second level that has lava area. Because after this, nothing else has lava. Ow. And as I said, when you see them, it's usually under or near a low ceiling and jump. Easiest way to dodge them, jump. If you memorize where they are, then it's a lot easier to dodge them. Because I always remember about that one. That one usually takes all my rings. But now I have no choice but to jump. And I knew that was going to happen as soon as I go right. No checkpoint, so I'm starting at the beginning again. As I said, the only way you can kill Supersonic is being smushed to death, or as I said before, jump again. I thought I jumped too early, but I didn't. By fall, leading into a pit, or obviously, as you just saw, getting smushed to death. So. Did I end up with the same amount of rings I had last time? I'm just gonna spin dash there. It's a lot safer. I didn't know about that. It's been a while since I got to that spot. I didn't know about that slicer either, so. It's a lot easier just to roll into a ball and then go. I love how that happened. Trying to be a little bit more careful with these hits I'm taking. Really. This will be probably one of the few levels I don't get to become Supersonic because of the fact I kept taking too many hits. Uh-oh. Okay. That saved me from taking more damage. Can we please? Come on! Well, you're dead. Did I even touch a checkpoint? Because I know I didn't touch that checkpoint, so... No, I didn't touch a checkpoint. I thought I didn't. Yay, Metropolis Zone Act 2. The good thing is we can make it back there relatively fast. One less ring than usual. I love how he moves so fast that he can just walk up there like it's nothing to it. He's not outspeeding that though. He loses a ring per second, so... Can you please. Thank you. No. Thank you. So far, so good now. Yeah, get one of those lives back that you lost. Level took 3 lives from you. You don't even need that since you're supersonic. And I think we're at the end after this. Thing is, most of the levels that go vertical, going from down to up, they'll take longer, obviously, because his speed is linear speed from left and right. Anyway, Metropolis Zone Act 3. As I said before, only act that has 3 stages. I'm gonna say the only stage that has 3 acts. Zone that has 3 acts. How would this even work? How would that last one work? That did absolutely nothing in terms of speed. Okay. Keep in mind there's a slicer at the beginning. I love how he was about to get me, but I said nope. And I still ended up going down. Thing is, I have a hard time hitting his actual hitbox, so. I think that was a slicer right there. No, dang it. Okay. Somehow I avoided all of that. "13 rings away from getting invincibility, basically." Oh, come on. There was a freaking ring boss right behind him. Just to tease you. Yeah, that's all his gimmick is. Literally shooting them things and hit you. After that, he just walks slowly. And I mean real slowly. It can move. I've seen that thing move. It moves real slow, though. Unless that one just freaking shy and didn't want to move. Just wait. Now there is a bottomless pit in this level. It's at the end of the level. For some reason they've decided, oh, let's put a bottomless pit at the end. The main reason why I want Supersonic in this, not for the stage, but for the boss. That way I can just continuously attack the boss and not have to worry about waiting until he gets into range, because this boss likes to hang above just too high where you can barely hit him. I feel like it's a lot faster because you're not holding the button, but who knows. Am I at the end of this? Yep, this is the end. There's a bottomless pit down there, so. At least they give you rings before you get through this. Now his gimmick is literally having protection that almost always hits you. I like how I'm dodging it even though I'm not trying to dodge it. Okay. Unless you got one ring, you're fine. So don't hang around the wall when you get it. Because, if you do, and, well, we're fine pretty much. He's gonna go to one side and then start shooting that laser. Gotta check something. Okay. Alright, we're in Wing Fortress Zone, which takes almost 2 minutes. Not Wing Fortress, Sky Chase first, and then Wing Fortress, which takes basically 2 minutes. And there's a possible way you can die, get off the plane. All you have to do is literally spin dash at the end of the from one side to the other, and he'll accidentally fall off because Tails can't keep up. I love how these enemies right here are useless enemies unless you are under them. And I'm taking them 2 minutes. Alright. Not like it matters, there's no stage clear in this. We already reached the last level that gives you a stage clear. And I was not wrong. It takes 2 minutes. We're done now. Let's go. And there's 2 ways you can go about this stage. Go the fast way and you can take a hit, or you can go the slow way and go the actual way you're supposed to go. Thing is, after you defeat that enemy, you cannot make that jump anymore. Not even jump. Oh, you can? Okay. Alright. Now, when I said that you could take a hit and just go about it that way, well, we're not at the part where I'm talking about. And it's funny how they got ring bosses just hanging in midair. It's not like they're suspended by something. No, they're just hanging in midair. Never understood that, but hey, 3 rings. Can't complain about that. I'll just take you back. I like how I'm backtracking. Anyway, what we're supposed to do is go over here. You're usually supposed to take a hit there. I don't like to run the risk of that messing up. Now jump. What? What did you interact with that caused you to go back? Because that don't usually happen. That's why I was like, what for? I love how you're getting speed shoes for a level that ain't even that long. There's an extra life out there if you want it. That's probably prototype scratch right there. No. Where did we come from to get shot up like that? It couldn't have been this far. It was. Wow. So if you roll and just have downhill, you can basically get through that whole area. Wow. The more you know. Alright, what we need to do, what we need to know. Just wait for that thing to respawn, that way I don't... There. No. When did I touch that checkpoint? I don't remember touching that checkpoint. I don't think extra lives respawn. They do. Okay. I like how I did exactly what I did last time so far. Everything's the same. Do not take a hit at this point. And you did anyway. Now we gotta do it the boring way. I said don't take a hit. I'm gonna take a hit anyway. That's why I like to wait, because sometimes when I actually go for it, yoink, gone. I like how I can knock it all the way down here. I find that funny. Alright. Okay, gang. That was my fault right there. Alright. Okay. I love how I accidentally got knocked back. Wait, now go. Yeah, you ain't getting me this time. Thing is, I have to let this thing last until we get to the boss. Until we get to the boss, we will have to make sure we keep our rings at a good amount. And there we go. We are at the boss. At least they give you some rings before you get to the boss. Now, normally what you have to do is wait for your opportunity to attack this. But since we're supersonic, we can just do this. It only takes 8 hits. The only way you can get up there if you're a regular Sonic is with those platforms with spikes under them. Before you go down there and go to Death Egg Zone, there's an extra life right here. And now, I'll tell you this, if you have too much time that you're about to die from a time over, well, this cutscene can kill you because the time doesn't stop. So if you are like at a good 8 minute, like a good 9 minutes and a half, well, you might as well just say you're gonna get a time over. But we don't have to worry about that. So and now we're about to face the last two bosses of this game. Death Day Zone, there's no rings, but you have to do this without taking a single hit. I mean, it's basically a perfect run. Now, when you get to the next part of this fight, you have to hit this robot here 13 times. 13, 1, 3. Get a free hit to start. So, it's a rhythm to it. Now, if this was Knuckles and Sonic 2, well, there's very few opportunities where you will actually get the opportunity to hit them. I remember when I first saw this boss, I struggled. Back. Those arms cannot reach you back there. Or you got some people that likes to do trick hits. Ain't good with that, none of that. If you just do it the way I'm doing it, you will never take a hit, and boom, we're done. Go. First try. Alright, that's me redoing Sonic the Hedgehog 2 for the fact that I did it way back when. Better audio quality and whatnot. So with that being said, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed and I hope you have a wonderful day or night. Goodbye, and most of all, take care.